the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment, and you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clout. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barrett and Sue. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. I done fed up on the dirty water load. Pressure want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500 US and they're telling me super salary. I done fed up on the unemployment racism and the lie they say one Guyana. Cause when you look with the oil money going, circulate with one set of banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su? My relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, yes, he is a friend of ours.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody is having a pleasant weekend thus far. Welcome to Over to You this awesome Saturday evening. Over to You, a show for the people, by the people. I do hope that all of you will. All right, please, guys, your go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, share the link, like the program, share the link, like the program. We're going to make it fast and nasty tonight. We got a lot of little things that we need to talk about leading into this September 1st elections. Okay, we have to edify the people on, all right, we have to let people understand what is really happening before their eyes. And I want to give this show a name. Eating, and the name I want to give to this show is the name I want to give to this program this evening is Christmas in August, September, because it appears as if everybody's trying to give gifts. It's if everybody see, you know, which ones can really become a reality. Okay, because I don't believe that small talk happened before. It has happened for 23 years. It shouldn't happen now, because I want to believe that the Guyanese people are now edified and understand what is going on in their country. And I want to further expand and say that they understand it has to be a part of their, okay, politics has to be a part of your life. Okay, we're getting some tech issues. Everything is fine on my end, though. I am good on my end. So if you guys see we're getting a little bit of a cut, it's okay. We're here. Okay, we're here. All right. So let's start off. Let's start off by taking a holistic look at the three main parties that I wouldn't even say three main parties because I believe that all the parties, an election hasn't been it hasn't been held yet and concluded. So you can't say three main parties because what if there's an upset? You know, you never know. You know, when people get up, sometimes it's then they choose to make the decisions, but we don't want it to be that way. I want the people of Guyana to really look at the issues and vote to the issues. Don't vote to any individual. This thing is an individual thing. As you can see, there are multiple parties, not multiple individuals, multiple parties. So this is a party, all right? And you vote to the party that is best addressing the issues that are affecting you and your family. That is what we've been trying to edify the Guyanese people on now for the last 4.5, 5 years, at least, that I have on program. But I want to look at a few things this evening. You know, I was looking at a piece where an individual was talking about how Azruddin Mohammed would have exploited Guyana and its people. Well, I'm going to say this. You know, people, they want to iterate on issues, but they're very partial. Okay? They're very partial in the details that they're to the public out there. And these guys are doing short clips and they're posting it, right? And they're getting the views, the algorithms are high. And these are things that they're doing to try to influence the people of Guyana. But let's say that Azruddin Mohammed did exploit people of Guyana. All right. A man, a citizen within a nation cannot exploit a nation without some measure of government aid. Okay? So that's where they're going there is completely wrong already because he cannot do it on his own. So they correct that and come back with a statement that says Azruddin Mohammed aided by the PPP. Right? Aided by people. If you want to make such actions, if you have a government, a country that is being governed, there's no way somebody can smuggle those amounts of gold amongst other things that were smuggled out of Guyana without government knowledge. All right. Since Azruddin Mohammed would have formed a party and is running against the PPP and Azruddin Mohammed has not been forthcoming to the Guyanese people indicating what was smuggled. You know, how much money the family would gain from smuggling gold, amongst other things, out of Guyana. What the relationship was with the PPP. No secrets have been given out. So I would not believe that Guyanese are that stupid. You understand me? To have a man come and say that he's forming a party. And listen, this man is not forming a party looking for a seat in parliament or anything. This man is forming a party looking to become the president of the nation, meaning that he for all. But yet, you are not transparent with the people, telling them, well, okay, this is what this is. You got to talk to people. You want their trust. You want their trust. You can't just show up under a shade, you smile 2 times, you say a few words, and that's it. More needs to be said. Azruddin Mohammed as a candidate needs to be more transparent. Okay, because if you cannot be transparent now, vote you into government, what's going to happen then? If you smoke so out of government, what are you going to do if you're given a chance to govern? And why should you be given a chance to govern? You would have directly contributed to oppression and the poverty that the guy is facing right now. You know, sometimes we like to duck away from facts. Let's just that can't work, Guyanese. That can't work because you're going to be in the same boat that you're in right now. Right? You need strong leaders. You need leaders with integrity. You need leaders who understand what is happening in the country. You need leaders that have a connection to the people. I say connection to the people. Your connection to the people can't be just, okay, I'm going to build this person a house. I'm going to give this person this amount of money. No. That's not connection to the people. You need totally under the plight. Sometimes I believe in order to understand the plight of the poor, you would have to have an understanding what it is like to be poor. I don't think Azruddin Mohammed has ever experienced being poor. Hence, there is more work that he would have to do to understand what the normal everyday Guyanese are facing. I've seen him come out there and say, oh, he's listening to the people and stuff, and decisions is going to be made on what the people say. Well, let me be what it is like to be in government. So it's not always what the people say, because sometimes that is just not possible, you know. And a lot of people are of the opinion that if Azruddin Mohammed gets into the government, all this money is going to come in from this. That is absolutely not going to justice where there is a large amount of expenditure that has to be covered. Guyana is a country that has quite a few loans. We're not that badly in, but in that road, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on this program about debt and Guyana. Okay? But we want to see more transparency there. This blue party has to show that their policies are strong policies that really be executed, you know, if elected to government. The policies that I have seen so far, you know, I don't see the possibilities of some of these things coming off. And then look, guys, let's dig in a little bit here. Let's dig in a little bit here. Why I call this program Christmas in August, September. Okay? Free toll. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are saying, okay, that all bridge repair, okay, increase salaries, so the joint services. All right, it's a Christmas gift. Look, I'm talking about these things because when I look at it holistically, how many things are you going to use the oil revenue to subsidize? And does it make sense to have a natural resource fund when it is just about empty year in, year on? How long now? We've started extracting oil in 2020. We're still taking loans. So tell me, let you guys me. What is the sense as being an oil producing nation? Has it made a difference? Because you have some between 50 and 53% of Guyanese living in measure of government refund doesn't. So let's make this all make sense. What the PPP is implementing and what the PPP is promising right now to the Guyanese people is not. It is not sustainable. What you could have done, where you pay 25% of what you were paying before, there must be a fee paid to cross the bridge. The bridge must be able to maintain itself. The bridge must be, and you think making, you see the people, they are set of tricksters, guys. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. 2020, we started extracting oil. 2021, I say I'll give the government a pass on that correctly and all this type of stuff. And do their planning and finance the planning. 2023, ladies and gentlemen, the people of Guyana should have started getting $100,000 cash disbursement. I'm not going to call it a cash Guyana. So let's go. 2023, 2024, 2025. That should have been sitting on $300,000 approximately received in cash disbursements. And let me be frank. The country has made so much revenue in 2023 because the oil prices were up that we could have afforded to give each Guyanese $200,000 cash disbursement. All right, $200,000. Because you may say, Wayne, why? Because we are trying to make up for 2021 and 2020 where we would have missed. 22, 23, 4. 25. No, ladies and gentlemen, I got it wrong. I was counting from 23, 22, 22, 23, 24, 25. $400,000. And in two of those years, we up for 2021 and 2020, the missed years. The PPP has robbed the Guyanese people of their patrimony in the last 5 years. Starting to go down. Okay? It is starting to go down. Venezuela oil is about to hit the market. Ukraine and Russia are closing in on a deal. That oil is going to hit the market. What do you think happens to oil prices? It tanks. And they're talking about using, or which, when it tanks, the revenue coming into Guyana is going to be reduced, right? Because the cost back is going to go down. That means revenue coming in. Yeah, a country has its expense. Then the PPP is going to have to go back to charging for the crossings, meaning bridges. Guys, we put policies in place We want to make sure, we want to come and say in the month of December, I am going to take a cross-free in Guyana. Fair game, it's Christmas. Fair game, I agree with that. It's Christmas. I believe that you shouldn't pay electric bills. Shouldn't have to pay for electric month of December also. These are good little parts because you know that they love Christmas. You know that they love Christmas. As much as you would enjoy it in when it used to be that way. I don't know if it's no answer to Christmas thing and for the spirit. I was looking at not looking at, but I was listening to Dr. Hines. Can't remember exactly about yours. I was happy. I know it's good I end after David Hines. And he was talking about putting a bill in Parliament. Oil patrimony should go to the Guyanese people. I'm sure that was by Professor Clive Thompson. I agree with that. I agree with that. I totally agree. The only issue I can see with that, I find that we need to set threshold, right? We have to set a threshold that if we earn this amount of revenue per year, Guyanese people will get because if we just revenue generally, don't know how much we're going to earn. Responsibility as a nation, of course. You have to cover your expenditure first before you can even take care of the people of Guyana. That's why I believe that the years 2022 through 2025 were critical years that we should have been taking care of the Guyanese people and making sure that they get a cash disbursement on a yearly basis. Okay? Now, look, we don't know if oil prices are going to continue to tank into 2026. We don't know. I am hoping not for the sake of the Guyanese people. All right? But the PPP has failed the people. They have failed the people. Barry Jagdeo comes on Thursday and he talks about, yes, Linda Dainty, I am seeing that, and it's sad. It is sad that, it is breaking up. I'm seeing that. You guys let me know if it's really breaking up bad. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. But, yeah, the PPP has failed the people. Barry Jagdeo comes out on Thursdays and he tried to talk about all these policies. And this guy makes absolutely no sense. Because he just talks about issue from a high-level perspective and he does not break down and give any kind of substantive supporting details. He does not. And it's shameful. The PPP has been non-compliant, man. All right? They have been non-compliant as a government. Marlon Charles, yes. Sorry. Very, very sorry. Very, very sorry tonight. Yeah. The PPP has been non-compliant. as, oh, some people are getting it loud and clear, and some it's breaking up for some of them. So sorry for you guys who it's breaking up for. So very, very sorry. I hope, you guys probably could go and catch the YouTube broadcast, you know. Rohan, you need to go on Barajagdio. You need to go on Barajagdio Thursday meetings. Don't come here, man. Don't come here. All right? Go and talk to Barajagdio about the PPP government that is currently installed and have their thumb on Guyana, and 53% of Guyanese is living in poverty in oil-producing Guyana, Rohan. Go talk to Jagdio about that, and then come back and speak to me. Okay? You can even interview me if you want to. I would love to have anybody on the PPP side interview me so I could tell them about their policies and their flaws that would have hurt the Guyanese people over the last 5 years. All right? If you are a true government that serves the people and not a transactional government, a people-centric government, you wouldn't be soliciting lobbyists in the US to lobby on your behalf to keep you in government. Okay, y'all don't come on this platform here and start with me. Don't come, because I'm able with you guys. I am able with you guys. Don't come here. Don't come here and talk. All right? Y'all never see APNU paying lobbyists. Y'all never seen any other party paying lobbyists. You guys are thieves. Okay? You are stolen from the Guyanese people. All right? And after these elections, none of your ministers should not be permitted to leave Guyana. They all need to be turned upside down and shake out. Okay? For all that they would have taken from the people of Guyana. And to the opposition, I am so serious to the extent that you guys get in power. You guys need to make sure that those people in Mocha get back their ancestral lands. Who the heck is the PPP to take people lands and bulldoze them? Yeah, Rohan, you come back. I'm waiting for you. Come back. This is critical times, and critical times call for critical measures. All of you in Guyana who feel like if you can sell your vote, $250,000, $100,000, $50,000, how long is it going to last you? What is it going to do for you and your children? You need what's called a sustainable income. All right? You need a government that will create jobs for you, that's going to educate the nation. Okay? Now have the sugar workers, them just toiling away. Many of those sugar workers, a lot of them would have followed, it would have been a family trend where father cut cane, son cut cane, grandson cut cane. Don't have to be that way. A lot of these young sugar workers need to be reskilled. Sugar is a thing of the past. We don't have a market for it. Let's be honest. Don't try to cultivate sugar and to pay off sugar workers because you're looking for votes. Let's get down to the nitty-gritties here. The PPP is a criminal organization, weaponize the 10-day workers, dressing up young students, primary school students in red. Why? Rohan, take away yourself, man. Take away yourself. Go and deal with your dumb VP. Don't come here with me. I'm able with you guys. Don't come here. Don't come here. All my credentials are real. Right? You're not watching no fake doctor. All my credentials are real. Authentic. You go into the boondocks. Your vice president into the boondocks of Russia and get some quote-unquote Russian doctorate. You got a doctorate in butchery because that's what he's done to the Guyanese people. That is exactly what he has done to the Guyanese people. Butcher them. Carla Madu, if the Pharaoh is confident of a landslide victory, they would have no need to persecute their opponents and pay lobbyists to sling mud at their opponents. Excellent point, Carlisle. Thank you. Thank you. And I hope that PPP troll is looking at this comment. Right? You guys went along from an ethnic perspective. You guys enrich one ethnic group in a nation, keeping the other ethnic groups suppressed. Well, not all of them, because the Chinese would have gained very well in Guyana. They would have done very, very well. It's a major collaboration. Hence the reason why that one, when he was being interviewed, said, Husu, he's just a friend of ours. Just a friend of yours? You should be charged with treason, Barajagdio. You should be charged with treason. And to the Guyana Police Force and all law enforcement across Guyana, complete shame on you guys. That interview was as clear as day. We saw Barajagdio, we saw him in his living room, we saw the deals that were being made. All the ambassadors, everybody in Guyana, I know that all of you have looked at that video. Shame on all of you. Sanctions. Your sanctions are weak and convenient. That's my answer to that. Your sanctions are weak and convenient. Come out and tell the people the truth. Tell the world the truth. Let people understand the world that they're living in and how it operates. Tell the world the truth. Tell the world the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm passionate. You know why? My parents raised me a certain way, man. You know, and I believed in what they were telling me. But as an adult, when you see the things that are happening in this world today, man, you know, sometimes you want to feel like if your parents deceived you, but they didn't. They always want what's best for us. We, human beings, have made this world a filthy place. The world is not a bad place. We have made it that way. Right? Babies dying in Gaza. Shame. Shame. Are we better than animals? We should examine ourselves and ask ourselves that question. No love one for another. Wicked, evil, oppressive. That PPP troll, get out of here. Don't come on my program. Don't come on my program. All you guys put together don't have a fraction of the morals that I have. Don't you dare come here. Don't come here. When I speak on this program, I am speaking to a group of intellectuals. These listeners and viewers here, they are intellectuals. Don't come amongst them. Okay? Go get a proper education. Go educate yourself and come properly. Like Barajagdio always would have said on his press conference, we need to attack social media. Well, attack us. We will edify you with knowledge. We will teach you how to excel at speaking the English language correctly. So you guys come and we will teach you. All right, guys, let's get back to our program here. Landslide. Barajagdio could only talk of a landslide because the Guyana Elections Commission has been an extension, okay, of the PPP. That's the only reason he can talk about a landslide. All right? And maybe because maybe the mass promotions across the joint services, Barajagdio and the PPP believe that they're going to get those votes. And ladies and gentlemen of the joint services, Guyana have a constitution. Guyana has a constitution. It was not long ago that you guys in the police force could not wear uniforms, you know. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Stop bullying the people of Guyana. Stop beating on them. Stop shooting them down. Stop it. Stop it. All right? Stop it. Because if this election is rigged and the people of Guyana feels that it is not free and fair, it is definitely going to be repercussions. Nobody, external, internal, nobody should come and infringe on a people's democratic right. Colleen Isaacs, you're correct. The Constitution has been trampled upon, specifically by the PPP. Let's be clear to identify that. Specifically by the PPP. The PPP only finds the Constitution to be convenient to them when it puts them in a position, okay, of strength. They cannot, yes. Marcia Wiles, yes. I'm very sorry. Marlon Jeffrey, no rigging. Absolutely. There should not be any rigging this time around. All right? I can see what's going on. Right? Like a shark, blood is in the water. Right? The PPP has tasted wealth. They see oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I went on a little tirade just now. I stand corrected. Rohan Bansandram. He is saying, he's correcting, I may have interpreted the incorrect way. He's correcting and saying, I am saying that Jagdeo is talking bear crap, my friend, on his press conference. Rohan, very, very sorry. Please accept my apology. Very sorry. Okay, when you come up, ladies and gentlemen, for me, when I come up incorrect, there's no hesitation to apologize. All right? There's no hesitation. Again, Rohan, my brother, my apologies. Let's continue. Let's continue. GCOM, we have to focus on GCOM. And for all the opposition parties, they have to focus on their scrutineers. Okay? I heard the APNU would have come out and said that they're going to have scrutineers at all polling stations across the nation come September 4th. I applaud them for that. I applaud them for that. That is needed. Okay? You cannot allow people to stuff ballot boxes. You cannot allow the irregularities that would have occurred in 2020 to once again occur. Okay? You have to put measures in place to mitigate such issues from occurring. And they're doing that. All right? They need to have a live war room. I know that APNU don't have the amount of finances and funds behind them like the PPP do. But what APNU has? They have the brain power. They have the brain power. They have the strategic magic to make it happen. And they have a people that are desperate for a change. This election, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's going to come down to APNU and the PPP. Right? It's going to come down to APNU and the PPP, which I believe is what a lot of us expect. I'm not saying that the Blue Party is not a party. I believe that the Blue Party is a party. And I believe that the Blue Party is sending a message to the two larger parties that if y'all don't get it together, people are willing to go another route. And I have called for this before. I have called for there to be another significant party. The AFC was heading down that road, but I don't want to say anything on the AFC right now. I don't know where the AFC is. Okay? I don't know where the AFC is. I think they're still around, but to me, they've lost their way. But I believe that the Guyanese people, and you know, look, the leverage right now, and when I say leverage, I mean providing that our elections are not determined by external and determined and decided by external forces. Okay? Barring those two things, if it is that our electorate decides who is going to sit in government, then I believe the leverage is on the side of the electorate. Because, ladies and gentlemen, here you have a third force, right? Here you have also Forward Guyana. Look, the only reason Forward Guyana, it may not be looking as large as WIN, that's because Forward Guyana don't have the financing behind them. They have to grow as a party. They're a new party. But their ideology is very similar to that of APNU. Okay, very similar in quite a few ways. But let's get back to the electorate. What the electorate has right now is leverage, because they can say, look, we have options. All right? And when you have options, that forces people to make sure that their job product is top of the line. Excellent. That means that you guys, the electorate, is going to force the politicians to actually go into parliament, go into government, and really execute on your behalf. Why? Because you have option 2, 3, and 4 sitting right there. Like I said, when you had all these parties showing up, okay, my analysis was like, this can be good for democracy. This can be good for democracy. People should not be stuck. An electorate should not be stuck, especially when there are resources that can eradicate such things as poverty, cost of living, inflation, you know, lack of housing, lack of education. Come on, you know? So, electorate, the PPP had 5 years where they have totally decimated Guyana. Don't worry, the few buildings and the bridges that going up and all that stuff. These were plans that were in place years ago that the PPP is executing because they are now in government when the oil revenue is flowing in. So some people just be like, oh, look what the PPP have done in 5 years. What did APNU do between 2015 and 2020? Come on. Come on, you're being silly. How can you compare 2015 to 2020 with 2020 to 2025? Come on, be fair. Be fair. What are you trying to prove? Because you cannot prove anything there. You have a 5-year period where you have all the revenue in the world, billions of dollars. Still, we have 3 consecutive $1 trillion budgets coming into a nation. And then you have 2015 to 2020, where a nation is trying to group itself and get ready for oil production. Come on, don't be silly. Don't be silly. That's nonsense. And Jack Dio have done it on his press conference too. You're wicked. That is wicked right there. I say to the electorate, you have had 5 years under the PPP. Nothing has really changed from a people perspective. It is time for a change. All right? You wanted to do infrastructure? You could have done infrastructure from 2020 to 2023 and then give each Guyanese individual over the age of 18 a $200,000 cash disbursement, 2024 and 2025. You still didn't do that. And then Barry Jagdeo comes out and say that he don't know if there's going to be another cash disbursement. You see, Guyanese, we got to stop being silly. You cannot have one man determining whether there's going to be a cash disbursement or not. How can you? How can you have a one-man rule? That's why I always come on programs and say I don't believe in kings and queens or kissing anybody's ring. The hell with that. Nonsense. One man determines stuff for all? What? Does he have a God brain or something? Come on, we need to wake up, man. We need to wake up. Guyana does not belong to Barjagdi on external forces. It belongs to the people of Guyana. Let's behave like if we own an oil-producing nation. Let's start behaving that way. Guyanese walk around like if they don't deserve anything in their own country. We need to change that posture. How can you change it? By getting out there September 1st and voting the PPP out of government. That's where it starts. You're doing light poles. The light poles are leaning onto people's homes and all this type of stuff. Guyanese have just lived in danger. The life of a Guyanese is Russian roulette, where you have one bullet in the gun and you just spin it and you pull the trigger. If the bullet is there, you're done. That's how Guyanese have been living under this installed regime. You guys need to stop being soft. Stop having people like Maya Motley and Ralph Gonzalez walk into your country and make decisions that's going to keep you in poverty. You just let them walk in like if they're big dignitaries on your soil. You say nothing. You don't show up at the airport to protest them, nothing. There's no resistance. Well, here in the US, they had Jim Crow, they had all kinds of things that happen. How do you think these things change? You have to stand up. You have to stand up. Okay? If you just bend over and allow people to kick you in the rear, I don't know what the future is going to look like for you and your family. All right? This is not about dislike for anybody. This is about fairness. This is about fairness, man. How can you just want to take? There's nothing to give. It's not a barter system anymore. It's not an exchange system anymore. It's a system of bullying. Wake up, Guyanese. Wake up. Don't let this be modern day colonialism. Wake up. Okay? You guys have been on the thumb of Barjagdi for way too long. Yeah, Barjagdi, you're shaking your seat. You're wicked. You're a wicked man. You're a wicked man. And I've never seen anybody that can lie as much as you do. You are a real lie ping. And then you talk about, oh, Norton is my friend. Well, he addressed you on Friday. He addressed you. Go back and look at the press conference. Oh, he addressed you well, man. And he was correct in everything that he said. Everything that he said in the response to that question. I agree with that. 100%. Barjagdi, I'll never shake somebody like you hands. Never. You stretch your hand out. I cannot. I cannot. Because I would be a failure. I would be a failure to people like Courtney Crumb Ewing, the fallen hero, Donald Allison, Orrin Boston, Quindom Bacchus, Peter Headley, Ronald Waddle. You know? Yes. The Bacchus brothers, the Henry boys. Shame on me if I would shake your hands. Citizens of Guyana, September 1st, 2025, Guyana has reached its crossroad. Here is an opportunity for you guys to make a massive difference. Not just in your own lives, but in the lives of your fellow Guyanese citizens. This cannot continue. Every week we bury young people. Every week we are burying people. Sometimes it makes me, look, I just go out in left field and think sometimes, guys. Sometimes it makes me think, is this funeral home business? What is it? What is it? Why is it that a nation that has less than 1 million people is experiencing so much debt? And why is it that we experience all this violence, rapes, and death on the PPP whenever they are in government? These things happen. I want to say something before I come off tonight. I want to say the fact that I am very, very extremely disappointed in the religious organizations across Guyana. 95% of them. I'm disappointed in them. I'm disappointed in their leaders. What makes you guys different from the PPP? All you do, you collect your tithes and your offerings when the weekends come. From those same Guyanese, many who are being marginalized, many who are living in poverty and barely have a cent to give. And you don't come out in the communities and represent them. You don't hold government accountable. Every time you see you guys, you're shaking your finale hands. Apostle Nigel London, more power to you. Okay? You stood up and you have stood out as a, religious leader. I appreciate you. Continue to speak up because somebody needs to. And you have shown in your true essence, okay, that you are the one. You are the real one, because they are real and then they are false prophets. Okay? They are real, authentic, and then they are false. Okay? That goes and shakes the hands of a leader and has nothing to say to him. You act like if he's doing a great job. Come on, how complicit can you be? Shame on you guys. I say it again, shame. Shame. You guys have a problem with what I say? Feel free to reach out and I'll tell you the same thing. My position will not change. You guys have been atrocious. Feeling your questions, brothers and sisters. I'm going to just scroll through, see what you guys have, see what you guys have been saying. Carlisle, the question was, is Sue a friend of yours? Well, Carlisle, the only thing that we can judge from that is that Sue was in the living room. And Sue was in the living room with Jack Dio, suing about deals. So it's obvious, and Sue is renting from him one of his other homes. Sue is renting it. Okay? And paying quite a fee for rent. I've never seen Barry Jagdio had a Christmas drive for young children in Guyana, or just a drive where he's giving something to young mothers, or something to really stand out as a person who shares. Barry Jagdio, boy, Guyanese, if you guys don't vote this government out, if you guys do not vote this government out, all these ministers, silent and mum. That's the thing with Barry Jagdio. He leads with an iron fist. Even Ali is kept in line. And they all have to align with Barry Jagdio's vision. Okay? So many of you in APNU who wanted to complain and all this type of stuff, you didn't have to align with any vision. You was allowed to come in and challenge the leader. You were allowed to. That is what you call a democratic party. Okay? The PPP is a dictatorship. everybody must align with the vision. We will all thief together. We will not rat out on each other. All right? Barry Jagdeo needs to be investigated. Irfan Ali needs to be investigated. Anil Nandalal needs to be investigated. Vikram Bharat, the guy who's in charge of oil and gas, you definitely needs to be investigated. Zulfikar, the man in charge of agriculture, boy, haven't you gotten rich very, very quickly? Can you source your capital? Can all of you source your capital? Man, oh, shame on you, man. I say this, even if you're going to thief, man, even if you're going to thief from the people, do something for them. Do something for them. You guys feel if people would have been crying out if you guys was giving them a cash disbursement every year of $150,000? But no, we are transactional. That's the PPP. We are transactional. We are up here and the rest of you is way down there. Massive disconnection. You guys have no right sitting in government leading a people that are as good as the 6 ethnic groups in Guyana. And trust me, all 6 ethnic groups, you guys can live together. You guys can live together. Okay? You have proven that you can live together. You hospital together. You market together. You school together. You do so much together. You travel public transportation together. But the narrative of racism has always been with Barry Jagdeo. When Granger, Nagamutu, and their team come to your village, chase them out, Jagdeo, how would you like for me to call out Pleasance and say, when you come and chase you out? Or call out Buxton, or Nabaklis, or Golden Grove, or Aslington, and tell them chase out the PPP if they ever come in, or Victoria, that you guys have done nothing for. The Forest African village. Victoria, nothing. Victoria should have been looking like a city. Moko, nothing but bulldoze the people and take away their lands. You guys got some nerve. And come talking that you guys need 5 more years. 5 more years where? To do what? To do what? What have you done to deserve 5 more years? What have you done? Graduates from University of Guyana cannot find a job. They can't find a job. If they find a job, it's not matching up to their qualifications. They're not paying them according to their qualifications, especially when they're Guyanese of African descent. May I be clear and concise? Hence the reason I have called on nations like the United States and these nations that have big stakes in Guyana. Because you're taking. So give something back. You see, that's what you call negotiating power. And we, the people that sit in government in Guyana, don't think that they're worth anything. That's why you need people to sit in government that has clean track record. Because when your track record is nasty, nobody's not listening to you asking for anything. That's why I was saying that the US, yes, they're shortening labor in this nation. They should create a situation where they're giving Guyanese 6 months, 1 year work visas to come and work. Be productive and not have to sit at home, fill out resumes, applying all the time. Every time you apply, they see that your name is synonymous with a person that's going to more likely be African Guyanese. You're not getting the jobs. And I'm not just coming out there and blow fire. No, these are people that are calling me and telling me what they're experiencing. This is what Guyanese are experiencing on the ground. So while you make university free, you have to be able to pay these people according to their levels of education also. You can't have somebody going to UG and making nothing. Right? Then what's the sense? What's the sense? So Guyanese, as you hit the polls, as you get ready for the polls, September 1st, these are the things that I want you to be thinking about. Don't worry, Barry Jagdeo. You can't worry, Barry Jagdeo. Barry Jagdeo have been promising you guys, so what? 23 plus 5. 28. And nothing. Look, we can't even get the lights to stay on. Somebody called me last week and said, where in the water is more orange. Somebody called me and said, where in the water look like coffee. So I'm trying to figure out is how many different color waters we have in Guyana. And then I think it's on Gordon Mosley or Newsroom. I see a new water treatment plant open somewhere. So I said, water treatment? What are they treating the water with? Brown dye? Orange dye? Come on. We got to do better than that. These are normal daily needs for the Guyanese people for daily living that government has agreed to provide. How could I be having blackout 5 hours a day, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, sometimes for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive days? But when the month comes, you see a GPL bill. So tell me, what am I paying into? What am I paying into? Is there going to be an upliftment in the quality of service I'm getting? Because I'm paying in all the time. I'm paying in all the time for service that sucks. So what am I paying into? Guyanese need to ask, what are they paying into with GPL? What are they paying into with GWI? What are they paying into when they pay taxes? Because you paying taxes, and then when PPP come in your village, they tell you if you vote PPP, we're gonna give you a road. So wait, I paying taxes, and then I gotta turn and align myself with a party, vote PPP in order to get a road. I thought when I pay my taxes, I'm paying for a road. I think when I pay my taxes, I'm paying for proper roads and all these type of things. I didn't know I still have to turn around and align myself with a party in order to get the road. You guys see what's happening in Guyana? This wrong. This wrong. So all of you people that are observing in Guyana, if you guys are seeing these things and you guys are not saying anything, you guys are hypocrites. All right, brothers and sisters, we have come to that time that we're going to be closing off. Just give you guys a quick call out. Golly God, I see you. Michelle, Liverpool Semple, I see you. Miss Wanda London, Joseph, I see you. Rosemary Martindale, Miss Desiree Smart, Felix, Canada in the house. Miss Mary Figueroa, Canada in the house. Sharon Griffith, thank you for joining. Miss Sandra Hanover, yes, I see you. Miss Hanover, Freedom Fighter, I see you. Aileen Norton, thank you for joining. Ingrid Carter, good to see you. Golly God, of course. Miss Darkus John, good to see you. Marcus Skinner, pleasant time here with you too, my friend. Faye Navarro, good to see you. Who else is here? Linda Dainty, good to see you. Denise October, very good to see you. Lola Greenwich, good to see you. Laverne Fredericks, good to see you. Brenda Bailey, nice to see you. Jackie Cameron, good to see you. Thank you guys so much for joining. Miss Michelle Justice, Miss Rhonda Spencer, Tom Rhonda. It's always a pleasure seeing you. Austell Ogle, my friend. A pleasant to see you, Austell. Who else is here? Michelle Liverpool, I think I called you. If I didn't, good night. Carl Miller, the Honorable Carl Miller, good night, good night. Miss Vashti McNaught, good night to you. William Cozier, good night. Corinne Day, good night. Alicia, good night. Cheryl Pancham, good evening. Brother Jamal Aziz, I encourage you guys to support Jamal's butcher shop out there on the I think it's on the quarantine. I think it's in Barbies, somewhere there. Mr. Jamal Aziz, thank you. Colleen Isaacs, Shanna Wickham, good evening. Donna Fresno, Angeli Abrams, good evening, good evening, good evening to you all. Marlon Charles, good evening. Rohan, good evening to you, brother. Again, my apologies. Miss Francine Cruz, good evening. Good evening, good evening to all of you. I want you to thank you guys for joining. Don't forget, tomorrow there's going to be the church service here on Bench Up Radio. I encourage you to join. And then, of course, on Monday, Mark is going to be back with Straight Up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day of the week. Next week, Mark is going to be back with Straight Up. I encourage you guys to tune in. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty now. It has to be boots on the ground, ears on the ground, hands on the ground, everything on the ground. Okay, we got to throw it all in. This is it. This is the make or break right here. This is critical. Again, we're at a crossroad. We're looking for prosperity in our nation, and we're looking to eradicate poverty. As I leave tonight, I encourage the electorate, please study the issues, study how it affects you and your family, not just today, but look at the future of your family and what the PPP would have done to your family for 23 years. All the young people that would have missed the opportunity to go to university, amongst other things. Think about all of those things as you go to cast your ballot, and make sure that you put the X correctly in the box right next to that palm. Vote for that palm. Okay? Vote for that palm. All right? Until next Saturday, I want to say love all of you. It's always a pleasure interacting with you. Enjoy the remainder of the weekend. All my brothers and sisters on the ground in Guyana, again, I extend my love for you. Protect yourself. Be careful on the highways and byways. Young men, don't get yourself in trouble whereby you're locked up and don't be given the opportunity to vote. Until next Saturday, love all of you. Over to you. Good night.
Surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how